I'm live streaming from Colorado. Yes, I moved this girl from Texas to Colorado, and it's literally been 1 month since I started my new job, and I gotta get ready for work. But I thought that I would go ahead and live stream my first rebounding session in my new second bedroom. This is where I'm going to be rebounding. There's a beautiful window right there that overlooks a little lake that I get to live by. So I'm going to get started and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey. I haven't been on since April 12th was the last video. April 12th, 2025 was the last video, and today is May 20th. So I started my new job April 20th. So let's get started. I'm going to rebound and I'm going to tell you about the big journey from Texas to Colorado. Okay, so hang on a second. It's my first time to live stream in this room. Okay, so let me see how I want my rebounder. I like to have my little armrest here. All right, let me take off my glasses. Echo, give me a 5-minute timer.
Good morning, Lydia. 5 minutes, starting now.
Okay, y'all remember how I used to always say, even if you can only do 1 minute, then just do 1 minute on the rebounder. So we're gonna get in 5 minutes and we're gonna see how it goes, okay? So I'm also a little leery about my rebounder because we took it apart. We took the legs apart and bent them down, and then I had to put them back together. So I hope all the springs and everything are fine after the 1,700-mile journey that this rebounder took to get here, okay? All right, so I had left y'all in the dark because when everything started happening so fast, I didn't want to talk about it on live video because when I interviewed for my job, I had told them about all my podcasts and YouTube channels, and I just didn't want them to think that I was too public about my experience and my journey. So I wanted to get settled in my new job. I'm now there a month, and so I feel like it's okay to tell some of the stories of some of the exciting things that happened that I manifested in order to get the life that I now live, okay? And I have to tell you that the life is greater than my dreams could have ever worked up, okay? So at the time, several months ago, I had no idea what I was going to do, where I was going to live, what I was going to be doing for a living, what I was going to be doing for an income, and it all fell into place at the nick of time. So definitely was a tight journey. But I want to tell some fun stories, okay, that will hopefully be inspiring to some people. So, by the way, I made it to day 500 in a row of my health balance rebounding. And then it got into a whirlwind. Once I got back from my interview in Colorado, I was waiting for my offer. And as soon as I got the offer for the job, I knew that I had to work very quickly to pack up my house and my garage and get it all to Colorado for April 20th start date. Okay, so I needed to find a place to live, get all my stuff, get to Colorado and start a new job. And I didn't have all that, worked up. So I want to back up and tell y'all about manifesting this dream job that I have. So about 14 months ago, I was looking on the internet and there was an ad for the Dave Asprey biohacking series. And y'all probably remember I talked about it on my channel. And I bought the subscription to watch it. It was a company called Gaia. And I watched it, and then I started watching other health-related videos and series, and then I started watching other series that were more spiritual in nature. And I was watching this one with this guy named Matthias, and I told my sister, because in the series, he was going all around the world, and he was taking people with him. And I said, when I start to travel again, I want to travel with Matthias. I want to go on some of his journeys and some of his tours. I told my sister that. And this was, again, 12 months ago when I made that statement. So fast forward 12 months later, I got sick around New Year's Eve and New Year's. And I was like, man, I really need to find a job. So I asked myself, if I have to go to work from 9 to 5 in an office, because I've been an entrepreneur for the last, Echo, 5 more minutes. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 20 years. If I have to go work for an employer, what do I want to do all day? And so I typed in the words luxury travel, because I had a luxury travel podcast. And I wanted it to be, I wanted whatever I'm going to do for like the next 10 years to be something that would kind of feed me into my retirement. So I typed in those words, and this company came up, and I was like, oh, that's the company that I watched the channel. And they were in, the Boulder, Colorado area. So I told my sister about the job. January passes, I hadn't applied. February comes along. My sister comes to visit. She asks me around February 8th or 9th, she says, have you applied for that job yet? And I said, no. And she goes, you just need to apply, because if they offer you the job, you don't have to take it. And so the next week, I just applied. And in the application, you have to upload a video of yourself talking from 1 to 3 minutes about why you wanted to work at the company. So I've been doing live stream videos for the last 3 years. So that wasn't the hard part of the application. So anyway, they called me like 2 days later, or emailed me and said, we want to interview you. So they interviewed me. At the end of that interview, she scheduled another interview. And then she said, we want to send you to Colorado. That's the same time on my videos when I was at the 500 mark of my jumping days. And so I had to fly. So I couldn't bring my rebounder with me on the plane. Or maybe I could have, I just didn't want to. So I went, I got put up in a wonderful, beautiful hotel, came for 2 days worth of interviews, and came home, and within like 2 weeks, I had a job offer. And I remember on like March 29th, I scheduled my pod containers and ordered them so they could come and pick up all my stuff. I could load them and ship my items to Colorado before I could even get there, and have them sit in a warehouse waiting for me to find a house or an apartment to move into. So this weekend will be a month that I've been here. I found a wonderful apartment that I'm happy in. I told my sister last September that wherever I moved to, I wanted to live near water. I wanted to be near a lake. And so I found an apartment complex that had a lake, and it just so happens that I was able to get an apartment located across the street from the lake. So I just can walk across the street and go walk around the lake. So I'll do some live stream videos there at the lake. We'll do some stuff together by the lake. It's a lot of great space. There's like a little beach. There's some cabanas with chase lounges that you can sit on in front of the water. And I'll take y'all there sometimes. Right now the weather is so nice. It's like 50 degrees outside. And this is May 20th. So if I was in Houston, it'd be 90 degrees in Houston. So I'm really loving the weather. It's cool and crisp and fresh going to work. Yesterday, by the way, all the way to my job, I have the view of the Rocky Mountains in the background. The snow-capped Rocky Mountain National Park mountains are near. They're about an hour drive away. And I get to see them when I'm pulling into my company parking lot. So I think my 10 minutes for my rebounding session is almost up. There it is. Echo stop. So, echo stop. So, my new life has started. I'm getting it all figured out. I'm getting it all worked out. It's been a while since I've been online, but I'm starting to feel regular again as far as my life is concerned. I'm starting to getting settled again. So we're going to do a lot more on the channel. I'm going to do a lot more on my Oneness channel, my Oneness Junkie channel. I'm going to talk a lot more about my job and what I'm learning from the content on the company's website on the Oneness channel, because that channel is a little bit more spiritually minded. And I've been doing since last summer these chakra meditations where you cleanse your chakras every day. It's like 10 minutes of cleansing. And I really feel like that helped me to manifest this job of my dreams. And I don't know if I told y'all what I do, but I sell luxury travel destinations for the company that I work for. And I remember in my story, I said, I want to travel with Matthias, this guy that was taking tours on the channel I was watching. And now I'm selling tours with Matthias. So one day I'll be traveling with Matthias too. So my dreams are coming true, and it's exciting and fun to watch, for me to watch my life unfold like this. So I wish you all a beautiful day, and I will see you soon. And I hope you have a good week. So we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.